If you're watching this, then chances are you're thinking about or you've just signed up for a running event. That is so exciting, but once you've put your name down, it can all start to feel a little bit overwhelming. Well, don't worry, because the running channel is here to help. We've put together our checklist and top tips, so whether you're signing up for a 5k, an ultra marathon or something in between, there are tips here for everyone. Before I dive in though, please do help us out and hit subscribe. One click can go a long way in helping us to continue to make free videos all about running. Now, on to the tips. The first question you'll probably have after signing up to an event is, how do I train for this? This is definitely my first question when I signed up to run a marathon, but don't worry, because there is lots of support out there. Training plans are widely available online. We've got 5k and marathon training plans which you can download on our website for free. Check out the link in the description for more information. Or if you're looking for other distances or app-based plans and coaching, then why not check out options like Pace or support that might be available free with a watch or device like Garmin Connect. Take your time when choosing a training plan. A good place to start is by considering what your overall goal is. Is this the first time that you're going to be running this distance? In which case, a beginner training plan might be a good option for you. Or are you aiming for a new PB or a specific time goal? There might be a specific training plan out there to help you achieve this. It's also worth considering what your current weekly mileage is and using that to base whether the training plan is at a good level for you or whether you're going to need to build up to it. And remember that training shouldn't start on day one of the plan. You should be building a good base before starting. When choosing your plan, also think about how much time you have before race day, as well as how much time you have during the week to train. Can you fit in 4 runs a week, or would a 3-day-a-week plan suit you better? Do you have time to fit in cross training or strength training? It might also be worth starting the plan a little bit earlier than you need to give yourself a buffer for injury or illness if they do occur during training. Your health should always be the #1 priority. So if you feel unwell, or if something doesn't feel right during a run, take the time to recover and go and seek professional medical advice if you need to, because that's much more important than sticking to the plan. Once you've selected your training plan, it's time to hit the ground running, pun intended. My top tip though would be, don't go all out in week 1. Pace yourself with your training, as you don't want to burn out or risk injury. If you've got any questions about training, then drop them in the comments. Also, we have tons of videos on the running channel all about training for specific distances, and you can even filter by distance when looking through videos on our website, so go and check it out. Next up, onto kit and nutrition, 2 key factors in training. Now, one of our mantras at the running channel is nothing new on race day. So you need to be thinking about fueling and kit well in advance of the race. What shoes are you going to wear? Do you have a favourite pair that you need to update? Or do you need to pop along to a specialist running store to find the perfect shoe for you? Whatever shoe you choose to wear in the race, you need to be training in it to make sure that it's comfy and it isn't going to cause you any problems on the day. Depending on what distance you're running, you might also want to fuel during the race, and this needs practicing in training too. Now, generally speaking, if you're running for under an hour, you might not need to fuel or hydrate during the race. That's kind of just down to personal preference. But if you are running for over an hour, or certainly in marathons and ultra marathons, you will need to refuel during the run itself. So it's good to know what you need. I decided to just use the aid stations for water in my marathon, but in hindsight, I always wanted a sip of water when I was taking on a gel, and this wasn't always at an aid station. So for next time, I would definitely take a bottle with me. Now, drinking or eating whilst running is a skill in itself. I really struggle drinking out of a cup whilst running, so stuff like that really needs considering in training. Practice does make perfect. Aside from food during the race, you also need to think about how you're going to fuel your training. For example, if you're training for a longer race and you've got long runs on your training plan, this can be a perfect opportunity to have a dress rehearsal for race day. What are you eating the night before? Are you carb loading? What are you going to have for breakfast? All of these things need thinking about in training. Once you're feeling happy with training, it's time to turn your attention to the day of the race. Now, you're going to want this to be as simple and as stress-free as possible, so it's a good idea to get prepared well in advance of time and plan out the day. How are you getting there? Check the race website for details, as there's usually a breakdown of where to park, directions to get there, public transport options and shuttles to the start line. Is there a bag drop? You definitely want to check this before turning up so you don't get caught out and end up carrying everything or have to stash stuff in a bush. Also, how are you carrying things during the race, like your phone, nutrition, keys, water? Do you have pockets in what you're wearing, or do you need a belt or a hydration vest? Is anyone coming with you? If you are bringing supporters along for the race, then it's a good idea to plan ahead of where they'll be during and after the race. If it's a really busy, crowded race, it's so easy to miss people cheering you on. And so having a plan beforehand of whether they'll be at specific mile or kilometre markers can make it much easier to spot people. Similarly, for after the race, having a meeting point is great in case it's really crowded or you don't have phone signal. Then for during the race, it's worth checking whether there's a live track feature that you or your supporters might have to download beforehand. So make sure your phone is charged up, or for longer races you might need a portable charger with you as well. How do you get your race number? Does it get sent out to you, or do you have to go and collect it? Make sure you know this well in advance to avoid any stress the week before the race. It's also worth checking whether there's a mandatory kit list. This is usually only for trail and ultra races, but there might be restrictions on some smaller events, like on the use of headphones, for example. Prep the night before. The night before the race is the time to be organised and will save you a lot of stress on the day of the race itself. So pin your number to your t-shirt or singlet, lay everything out and make sure that you've got your bags packed. There is nothing worse than running around like a headless chicken on the day of the race because you can't find your lucky socks. So do yourself a favour and get organised the night before. Now it's time for race day. Make sure you've got an alarm set and give yourself plenty of time to wake up, get ready, get to the race, and allow for a bit of faff time for the portaloo and bag drop cues. Also, don't forget to warm up. If you've got a set routine that you do before every run, now is not the time to be skipping it, but it's so easy to get to the start line and in the buzz of the morning realise that you've forgotten to warm up. But remember, nothing new on race day. During the race itself, just try to relax and enjoy it. You've put in so many hours and a lot of hard work into this moment, so trust in your training and you'll have a great time. Stop! Don't click off! You didn't think we were going to end the advice with race day, did you? Well, here is a top tip that I now take with me into every single running event that I do, because post-race blues is a real thing, and here is how to avoid it. Plan your post-race life. How are you going to recover? How long are you giving yourself off running, and what are you going to do instead? After I finished my marathon, I knew I needed time off running, but I had zero plans of what to do, so I was left feeling really flat. After my ultra marathon, I made a plan. I gave myself a time limit of how long I was having off running, and it's made me feel so much better. Are you going to go for walks in the morning, meet up with friends, do a bit of cross training? Having a plan of what to do will make recovery speed by, and you might be itching to get your trainers back on, but it's so important to give yourself that recovery. How long you need will depend on the distance that you're running, but it's always better to give yourself too much rather than too little. From everyone here at the Running Channel, we wish you the very, very best of luck with your race. Which one are you doing? And do you have any other race questions for us? Let us know in the comments, and we will see you next time on the Running Channel.